Yeah. like to pray for fast and easy health recovery for Katka Seiji, Winnie Goya, Shantimaya Tamanginanda Kumari Gurumya Sinidavan Vikastafa Kanodokyo. We pray then now your holy liquor, cause essence and the seed of enlightenment, contain the first 8 chapters of the primordial path of the Lotus Sutra, transmitted by the Jogyo. In front of the homes only to respect and veneration. We pray for the progress and expansion of the group of faithfully established in Nepal. We pray for health and devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's studies. We pray for the fastest eradication of the coronavirus to those who are remain affected. We pray for the progress of the mystical relationship with the Buddha and the meeting with the true secret Dharma, the elimination of the negative karma, full health, and the protection of all primordial Buddhism. That everyone realizes to go in accordance with the Buddhist intention. We pray for the recovery of all the sick and for the fulfillment of all the prayers of all participants in today's session. Come, Lord, I mean, Lord. Now we are holding the evening study session in front of the home zone at HBS Nepal, Kathmandu. We pray for health and devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's studies. May those who are suffering from illness have their sickness cured immediately, and may those who are praying for overcoming sufferings and the troubles have the protection and the blessing of the Gohons. And especially in front of the Gohons in Nikoheya, we would like to pray for fast and easy health recovery of Sunita Tafalia. Come, Lord, I mean, Children in the heart would like to pray to be in discipline and in focus. Come, Lord, I mean, Lord. We would like to pray for the fulfillment of the confidential wish. Come, Lord, I mean, Lord. With respect and veneration and for prayers to all the late masters and the monks, faithful in the relatives of the home, but respect and veneration and for prayers to all souls who have died in disasters, epidemics, in the army and the conflicts around the world, especially to all those deceased in the Nepal earthquake and all those deceased by the new coronavirus. We offer prayers to all souls, inscribing the posthumous purple book of the Myoshi Temple, HBS Nepal Center, and to deceased ancestors of all participants in today's session, and the all to deceased today, and especially for Obarakira, Myoho Kyoriki Trizam. For all the participants and people doing Hoku today, we pray one by one for the elimination of the bad karmas and the great progress in the From to the homes to respect and veneration. We pray for the progress and expansion of the group of faithful established in Nepal. We pray for health and devotion to the practice of faith and focus, elimination of the negative karma and the prosperity of all participants in today's journey. We pray for the fastest eradication of the coronavirus to all those who are infirm and affected. We pray for the progress of the mystical relationship with the Buddha and the meeting with the true secret Dharma, the elimination of the negative karma, full health, and the protection of all Monjo Buddhism. That everyone realizes to go in accordance with the Buddhist teaching. We pray for the recovery of all the sick, and for the fulfillment of all the prayers of all participants in today's session. With respect and veneration of our prayers to all the late masters and the monks, faithful in the relatives of the home, but with respect and veneration of our prayers to all souls who have died in disasters, epidemics, and the armed and the conflicts around the world, especially to all the deceased in the Nepal earthquake and all those deceased by the new coronavirus. We offer prayers to all souls, inspiring the posthumous purpose of the book of the Myoshi Temple, HBS Nepal Center, and to deceased ancestors of all participants in today's session, and all the deceased today, and especially for Obarakira, Myoho Kyoriki, for all the participants and people doing Mohoku today, we pray one by one for the elimination of the bad karmas and the great progress in the
ございます。
ありがとうございます。
Vos nos torebus. ありがとうございます。Thank you for the divination this session here at Kathmandu Center. Thank you that you watched us online in the divination this session. Just inform everyone, as we was informed from before, on 26th we are holding the yoga, no? You can say Boz Yoga. Something like this, no? Yoga in Shanti Stupa, no? From 9 o'clock. No, 9 o'clock. Of course, I can't say this, no? But maybe Dilo also, no? But let's try to focus on 9 o'clock. More early we do Chitu Chitu Banu. Ramrotsa. Pachi Gormelt. It's better we do more early this yoga in the morning time because after 9 o'clock it starts to be very hot, you know, there warm, especially there in Shantidharma Stupa. So please let's do accordingly with the time table, no? Posted in the group. On 27 will be the Bihar stop another posthumous Goiko in Gumbama. Because his management the time, I think it will be around the 10 o'clock, so everyone who can participate, please come to participate together. No? Basically, this last 7 days of this month, last 3 days to Jibandai, go to Japan, let's support it. Everyone, please no put a little bit donation for Jibandai. Don't ask just a gift, no, I'm gift to you. If you don't give a gift, you know, for him too, and then what you plant, come, you know, if you do something good for Jibon, no? Many things to talk, but basically is this. Aja, dere dhanyavad. Arigatou gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。